My name is Pastor Jason Georges, and I pastor the Immoral Baptist Church, a church that never shut its doors and continued to meet through all the unconstitutional shutdowns. We also have a school, and we had a normal school year last year because we had unmasked students that were not social distanced, that played sports. We have a school that we do not dictate to our parents what they must inject into their children. And I want to share with you this morning that what we are facing right now is a moral issue. Vaccine mandates are immoral. Douglas MacArthur said, "The world is in a constant conspiracy against the brave." It's the age-old struggle, the roar of the crowd on one side and the voice of your conscience on the other. And this is why you have gathered here today, because it seems like the roar of the crowd is growing larger and the liberty to speak and live according to the dictates of your conscience is under threat. Hence, the response of the brave that MacArthur spoke of is not to cower nor limit speaking our conscience in the privacy of our homes or in our church houses, but to exercise ourselves in the public square by saying what many Americans and Michiganders believe but are too afraid to say. Friends, you are not afraid. You are here because you are against the government and academic institutions and corporations forcing you to inject something into your body against your will. Government medical mandates are immoral. They are immoral because by mandating vaccinations, government is robbing from you what God has given to you. The founders of this great country realized that our rights come from God, not government. During the revolution, they appealed to the God of nature, nature's law. They recognized that from the moment of your creation, you have been endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, in particular, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These rights are gifts from God, not privileges from government. And I, for one, am tired of the government taking away my God-given rights and in attempting to bribe me by handing them back as a privilege. Our rights come from God. The founders knew this because they knew the Bible. Jesus taught this principle. He said, "Render unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's." Jesus declared that there are some things that belong solely to God. The founders recognized these as sacred properties, and one of these sacred properties is your right to life. For years, the left has chanted, "My body, my choice." And while they did not extend that right to the defenseless child in the womb, it seems like that right does not seem to apply here today. By mandating a vaccine, the government assumes it has greater responsibility for your body than you do. Government is not God. Hence, the founders also recognized the sacred right of the liberty of conscience. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, said that conscience is the most sacred of all properties. Your conscience belongs to God. The conscience is the inner sense of what is morally right and wrong that resides in the soul of an individual. And everything about medical mandates is immoral because it infringes the sacred right of conscience of individuals. When it's no longer a choice and you have to, whether by mandate or, as our president said, he's going to make it so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to take the vaccine. Friends, let me tell you what that is. That is tyranny. Your conscience belongs to God. And it is the sacred conscience that compelled the apostles to obey God rather than men. Your conscience belongs to God, not government. Now is the time to stand up, Michigan. Now is the time to stand up in your schools. Now is the time to stand up in your workplaces. Now is the time to stand up to the media. We will not be silent. We will not be pushed away in fear. We will not be shamed in the corner. They will hear our voices. And friends, now is the time of a reckoning. Now is the time to stand up to any politician that is in favor of mandating a vaccine. They cannot allow to get away from this. And in closing, the church has been silent. Now it's time for churches to speak with the voice that God has given them. Somewhere along the way, we believed the lie that politics has no place in the pulpit. But I'm telling you, if you're not going to hear, the only place you're going to hear the truth is you're going to hear it in the pulpit. Get in a Bible preaching church that is not afraid to preach the truth of God's word. Stand up, Michigan!